What's up with Die Hard 2?
Die Hard 2.
Fine piece of
I got a hot take.
Bologna.
No, it's
What
just
you talking about? Die Hard 2 is great.
Oof, I don't know. Let's talk about the second one and then the first one.
What do you want to know?
What the
The
fuck?
movie you're making me watch
was-
today is Die Hard and Die Hard 2.
What are you talking into a microphone?
Yeah.
Oh, sounds weird.
What do you? It sounds
Is it
so
on?
good. Yeah, of course it's on. Oh my god, my mic isn't even plugged in.
Good call, Jake.
My mic's not even plugged in, Jake. All right, is that better?
Probably not yet.
Yeah, no. Give me a second.
Yeah, that all wrong.
There it is. There it is. All right, good
I'm
start.
back.
Leave it all in.
All right, what's up with Die Hard 2?
What was the making? You were watching Die Hard 2? Did you do the making me watch
Die
thing?
Hard
Sorry.
and Die Hard 2 is what we're making me watch.
Or
No,
me.
no,
Because
you
apparently
made
you
me
guys
watch
have
it.
never.
You made me watch.
You were making us watch them,
Yeah,
essentially.
It's
yeah.
true.
Because
This is
we've
great.
both never
I
seen
love it.
Die Hard 2, I guess.
I mean, I think I saw it like once in like 1994 or something.
Yeah, I don't recall ever watching 2. I know I've seen 1, but 2, I'm not sure.
Tell you what.
So
Tell you what. I know 3's the best one. Tell you that.
Mm. Watched it last night.
We're
too.
not talking about 3.
3's the best one.
You watched 3, Jake?
I did. We can talk with a little. We can discuss 3, but our main focuses will be 1 and 2 because of Christmas. Because this is our Christmas episodes, and this is closing out December.
Technically, it doesn't have to be Christmas because these are two directors we've never done, so we can treat it pretty normally.
But it's Christmas
No,
and
this
Merry
is
Christmas,
Christmas.
guys. Merry Christmas.
We don't have to. We
Well,
don't have to
it's
burn these
technically
directors.
It's technically the Thursday. It's not Christmas yet. But.
Whatever.
I will release this on Christmas.
Happy
It is
holidays,
Christmas. To
asshole.
anyone but you, it's Christmas.
Anthony, what we should watch, you're right, we should save Rennie Harlan because we should do Cliffhanger. You guys watch Cliffhanger with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah,
I mean,
of
with,
course.
Wait, no, John
Sylvester
Lithgow.
Stallone. Yeah, and Sylvester Stallone. That is a great fucking movie directed by the same guy who directed Die Hard too.
He has directed some fucking interesting movies.
Yeah,
He did a Nightmare on Elm
Interesting
Street
is
too,
good.
right?
He did number 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought it was
for some reason I was
yeah,
thinking
4
Nightmare
or 5.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No. Rennie Harlan did Nightmare on Elm Street. Is it
He
5
also
or
did
4?
Wrestler.
He also did Deep Blue Sea.
Wow.
He did not do the wrestler.
Ice-T?
That was Requiem for a Dream. That the guy Darren Aronofsky did the wrestler.
No. He is a wrestler.
Who? Rennie Harlan? No, he's not. Is he?
Yeah. Didn't Jake say he was a wrestler?
No, that was Charlie Haas, the writer of Gremlins 2. But that actually
right.
isn't the same wrestler as a different guy with the same name who happened to be a wrestler. These are all different people. We're talking about 3 separate individuals.
Wait,
But
so
what's
you
up with
didn't
Die Hard
like
2 though?
Die
What's
Hard
up with
2?
Die Hard 2. I mean, not that I didn't like
liked it.
Die Hard.
What
2.
didn't you like about it?
It's not that I didn't
I
like
didn't
it.
like The Matrix
It just didn't
Resurrection.
make-
I thought that
it
was a
didn't
big
make
piece
any
of shit.
Sense. I feel like Die Hard 2 was a little bit better than the 13 minutes I thought of the Matrix movie.
All right, for the not making sense thing, I think
Wow,
you
yeah, I
gotta
agree.
you gotta take your argument of like you gotta take this what it is. This is a fucking action movie, and it's
Sure.
an action movie sequel.
And that's why it's okay.
completely outrageous. And I agree with you that so
Outrageous.
much shit didn't make sense, but I took it as it was, and it was entertaining.
I'm not gonna lie though,
It
the
was
first
a s-
movie, the first movie's really good. The first movie's got a great script, it's got solid acting. Alan Rickman made his name in that part. Hans Gruber, fucking one of the best villains I've ever seen. This movie lacks that. This movie lacks some of the originality of what you're about to see this dude do.
But you
So
don't like
basically it's just- I watched the making of it. It was called Die Hard 2, Die Harder. The making of Die Hard.
I thought that's what the movie was called: Die Hard 2: Die Harder. Or
Is
did
it
they-
really?
Yeah,
Is that really what
it
it's
is,
called?
yeah.
I
Oh
thought
my
so.
god, that's amazing.
It was Die. I feel like it went back and forth, and then they just ended on Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
That's fucking incredible. All right, you know
Colon.
what? Everything that I have that I think is bad about this, not even bad, but over the top, is fine because it's called Die Harder. So it's
Because
all
Cole and
good.
Die Harder, and
I
that's
love
all-
this movie. Best movie
It
ever
was-
made.
It was a harder movie of Die Hard. It was just like it was,
It was.
everything Die Hard was.
They
and
just
they
tried
just-
harder.
They just cranked it up. It was like the Gremlins 2 to Gremlins, dude.
You're
Put it
right,
on an
you're
airplane.
right.
That's what they did.
1990s sequel insanity, like more crazy, like ramped up. Happened to be on Christmas again. Happened to be on Terrorists again.
I wish Michael
None of
Bay
it,
directed
like,
this movie.
It was a fun prototype of a sequel. You
It
know,
was
like
great.
if we're going
Prototype of a
if we're
sequel.
doing words, I was gonna go prototype because like Die Hard,
Prototypical.
Die Hard set up what like action movies kind of like became, like set the groundwork for like plot and shit and like how they were. And then Die Hard 2 is like an action sequel. It's like take exactly what the first one was and fucking make it batshit crazy.
basically do the same thing.
Yeah.
Put his wife in danger.
Yeah.
His wife just sat on a
make
fucking
him
plane
ramp
the
it
whole
up.
time. She
Yeah.
she
But
had
she's
the
in
best job.
danger.
She had the best job ever though.
He's in the
That
game.
chick probably got paid like a couple $100,000 to fucking sit on that plane and just say like 13 lines. Good for her.
And she zapped the dude from Ghostbusters.
She zapped him. And you know what? To me, that's a pretty dangerous situation because I hate flying. If someone said we were gonna run out of gas, I'd be like, fuck.
You would just continue
they
having the
plan for
panic
these
attack you were
situations.
already having.
I would be like, oh my god, like we're gonna go down. Eventually, we're gonna go down, and it's gonna
That'd be
happen. I
cool.
would fucking cry.
Be the best way to die, I think.
No
so
way.
you loved it. So you loved Die Hard too.
I mean, I loved it because it's like Jason action movie. It was fun to watch. I laughed out loud numerous times. Like the bad guy in the beginning being naked doing like yoga made me laugh the hardest. When I saw it, I was like, "What is going on right here?" And then it just. But the problem is the first one was pretty compelling. Like there were characters that were interesting. Like him and the
Yeah.
other cops relationship was great. Him and Hans Gruber pretend. My favorite scene in that movie was Hans Gruber pretending to be a normal guy. I thought that was fucking awesome. Like this lacked any
Cliff.
of that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
this was fun.
what was
Die
his
Hard
name?
2 was
Cliff
just-
something.
It is really them
John
just being like
John Cliff.
and they said that in the making of it. They're like, we just needed to top the first movie, like as far as like what you were seeing. And I guess they just came in and were like, yeah, man, we're just gonna fucking throw it all together. Like and it looked great. The cinematography was amazing. Like I love the fucking anamorphic fucking shots, and it looks great. It's a great movie. Villains are cool. The bad guy's cool. Like it was good.
Sure.
But the first one was like a
The first one was
good
great.
movie.
The first one was an original, awesome, cool story.
Alan Rickman and Bruce Willis basically made their careers with that movie.
And they both were great. They were both really fucking
both great.
actually
Yeah.
good at their
Yeah.
like roles in those movies for sure.
They're
Alan Rickman, yeah, Hans Gruber
yeah,
Yeah,
up there with the best.
100%. If there's a top 10 villains list, he's probably in it.
definitely. And I don't want to take anything away from William Sadler because he's dope, but like his
He's good,
character
but
was
it's just
like,
not as iconic.
and it was too random. Like a lot of just random shit with that guy.
I
That
did like
Which one's
like
that?
how
Is he the general?
I
He was
did
the-
like that
he
he
was
was
the
like
main general.
a renegade general though, because that's pretty cool. Like he looked like GI Joe. If GI Joe was this like bad,
Yeah.
you know,
Why was he doing naked Tai Chi in the beginning?
that was amazing.
Never,
It started.
never
I was just
came
like,
never
why
came
not?
back to that.
I was like, this is great. Exactly, Anthony.
Just a
Why
weird-
the
That's how
fuck
that
not?
dude
Weird
starts his
character
day
thing.
every
Why
day,
not?
and you
Weird
need to know
thing.
that.
Do
mean,
we
if I-
though? Why?
If I was that toned, I would probably do that too.
Just that intense.
I mean, I am that toned, and I don't do that.
I do it, but I'm not that talented.
I don't know about that.
So
You do it naked?
That's awesome. I can picture
no,
you doing that
just,
with
just-
your hat on though, butt naked, but with your hat on.
just pajama pants and a hat on.
That's
PJPs and an H.
Yeah,
good.
I gotta-
Sick,
you know,
dude.
yeah.
Should we?
Should we rank this
All right,
thing?
well, good podcast.
Should we rank this thing?
well, should we talk? What do you have any favorite scenes? Should we go
Well,
through the
actually,
movie?
well,
Let's
you
go through
Anthony,
Let's go through the
Anthony,
movie.
You got to go through the movie.
Walk
It's your
us through,
pick.
bro.
You got to start talking through it.
Which one should we start with? Let's start with the first one.
I'm
then,
gonna
or
Yeah,
should
go
we-
in
you
a row.
wanna
probably
start
the
with second
probably
one?
the first one.
Yeah, we'll go.
Well,
first.
Jake, our
Why did we
Schwartz
not
was
even
very
start-
adamant about?
Why did you want to start with the second one?
You started
What?
talking about the
That was
second one
your
off,
idea.
off the bat,
Oh.
Schwartz, is what
Oh, yeah.
kind of happened. But no, like we
You
gotta.
said let's start talking about the second one first.
No,
I
you're
went-
like,
I
what the
went-
fuck is wrong with the second one?
I went cold turkey from smoking weed for like 3 weeks, and I smoked a lot, and now I'm just fucking high as hell.
So
It's gonna
Die
be
Hard.
it's gonna be a weird one.
No, it's fine. Let's do
starts on an airplane, right? Starts on an airplane
Oh yeah,
with
John McClane,
Bruce Willis,
the Everyman.
John McClane, the Everyman. Is he an Everyman?
it. The New
kind
York
of.
cop fucking superhero. He's not the everyman.
I think he's supposed to be made relatable. Like I think it would took away from like the crazy like military action hero guy to like he's just a New York City cop. Like that's not super relatable, but it's
But he's
more
a
of like
full blown badass.
he's
yeah,
a
not
full-blown
every
badass, for
New York
sure.
City cop is doing what he's.
But he's
doing.
not like Schwarzenegger. He's not like
Well,
fucking
he's
Rambo.
doing
You know what I'm
Schwarzenegger
saying?
shit. He's
He
just not
is, but-
buff. He's
yeah,
He doesn't-
unbuffed
That's what I'm
Schwarzenegger.
saying. Like
But
they
he
make
is-
him
he
look
is
like
kinda
an,
buff. I
like,
mean,
he looks
he's-
like an everyday normal guy, kind of.
He's got
He-
more than dad bod.
Hey, does he look more normal than Arnold Schwarzenegger? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But he's doing the same shit.
All I'm trying to say is they make him relatable. Go on.
Dude,
Yeah.
did you listen to Jingle All the Way?
I did. I was thinking about that. I was about to say, did you ever see Jingle All the Way and how like everybody acted like he existed? Exactly.
Yeah, he was like, when in the end, yeah, that best point they made was in the end, it's like, is this not like, how do they not know that that's him? Is there another giant Austrian dude in town in this
Yeah,
tiny
yeah.
town?
Yeah, exactly. That's probably
Anyway.
the best podcast of all time, by the way.
The Matrix 4 was awful.
Yeah, it was terrible. The 13 minutes I saw of it, I was cringing. But the problem is in the trailer, they didn't show any of that. They showed all the shit with Neo and her, and it looked sick. So I was like, great, let's go
How
see
the fuck
this.
did we just suddenly
The
divert to
action's
the Matrix
cool.
again?
Anthony just
The
keeps
CG
talking
is
about
great.
it. Anthony really
It's
wants
so
to talk
bad.
about it.
I went and saw it last night.
Well, that's
You
too
went
bad.
to
You
the
should've
movies
watched
to see
on
it?
HBO and watched on your phone.
IMAX.
Oh man.
Did it
You were
look
probably
dope?
so pissed.
Did it look
It
dope?
looked great.
All
It
right.
looked great.
Well, then it was.
See,
good
I
to see on
thought
IMAX.
one of my problems with it was the framing and the things they were doing weren't as epic as the first. It was like they were purposely like just a little less epic. Like the things I saw, it was like it kind of pissed me off.
Well,
Can we
the
not talk about
beginning,
the new Matrix.
They did the beginning. They like remade the beginning,
it was,
but made it
and
a little
didn't
different.
look good. It didn't look good.
It was weird. And then they did a lot more CG instead of like wire work, which is noticeable.
Did
and
they
is
have
not
much
great.
CG in Die Hard, or was that all wire work?
I think that was mostly practical stuff in Die Hard.
Yeah, I think so.
So in the end,
Squibs.
yeah, squibs. Ho ho ho. Okay, so what happens? He's on the airplane. This guy, he sees him. Obviously, McClane, at the everyman superhero, is a little nervous on the plane. Guy notices it, gives him a little tip. This tip will haunt him throughout the rest of the movie. He tells him, when you get to your location, take your goddamn shoes off, go on the carpet and make fists with your toes. Fists with your toes.
It's weird.
Okay.
Remember that. That'll
Mhm.
come back to haunt him.
Mhm.
Gets to where he's going. Turns out he's well, I mean, the story is his wife had to go to California. He's a New York City cop with 10 years of backlog. Guys, he's got to put in jail, shit like that. So he stayed in New York. She went to California.
He literally says that. The guy's like, some guy's like, well, your wife's in LA. You're in
Oh, yeah.
New York. He's like, yeah. He's like, why? He's like, well, I'm a New York City cop with 10 years worth of backlog of guys to put in jail. I just
10
can't
years.
leave and go.
I can't just get up and go. It's like, all right, so what? Did you divorce your wife because of that? So she comes. She's got a
He
great
did.
job in Cali.
Separated.
Not to the dude that was asking him that was, what was his name? The limo driver.
Oh, Argyle.
Ar-
this
he's the-
fucking
he's
guy.
the
Argyle. I
Argyle's
don't know, dude.
the best part of the movie.
Argyle's a fucking dumbass in the beginning when he's at the fucking airport and they're standing there with the sign that says Mr. McLean or whatever. And then they stand there for way too long. And Bruce was like, all right, well, what do we do next? And Argyle says, I don't know. It's my first day on the job. It's like, dude, you drive the car. Walk to the fucking car, you fucking idiot.
I've never driven a limo before. Well, I've never ridden in one before. And then he's riding with him in the front seat of the limo.
And he gets to the front seat.
Oh man,
That was retarded, but it was awesome.
every scene with
And it's
Argyle's
messy.
hilarious.
And the front seat is messy. And he said the lady had the day off. Very sexist remark.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was probably
80s,
laughing at
baby.
Argyle.
That's because you're into it. You're into sexism.
I mean, no, but okay.
So Argyle takes him to the
Nakatomi Towers.
Nakatomi Towers, the Tanaka Corporation, where he goes in. All right, this is one of my favorite parts of the movie is when he goes in and talks to that dude,
Which guy?
the security guard. He's like, hey, he's like, oh, how can I help you? He's like, I'm looking for Shirley MacLaine or Shelley, whatever her name is. And he's like, type it into the thing. He takes like 10 minutes fucking typing it in. And then he goes, oh yeah, they're the only ones here. God, go on the elevator. Like, I mean,
They're on the
You
floor with the
probably
party.
you probably could have just guided me up there.
Yeah, I remember thinking the same thing. But dude,
So he goes
Well,
up.
he called
Oh,
the
she
computer a
changed her name.
toy. Remember, he called the computer a toy. He's like, nice toy. And I was just like,
Cute
oh,
toy.
Let's
Well,
remember, this
like,
is 1986.
Yeah, these guys hate
The-
technology.
There's an ongoing thing where he's bad with technology. He doesn't know
Yeah.
how fax machines work in the second one.
He's a Neanderthal.
when they bring back Urkel's
Classic.
dad.
Yeah.
classic guy.
Urkel's neighbor.
Classic.
Dude,
Urkel's
Urkel's neighbor was a fucking
neighbor.
badass.
That's right.
No, you
Yeah.
know who he was? He was also
Always
Mr.
a cop.
He was Mr.
Yeah.
McDowell in fucking Coming to America too. You're talking about the guy in the second one. Oh no. You remember the dude in the second one, the general that comes in to help out the bad
Yeah.
guy? He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the fucking guy from McDowell's. Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, I
don't
know
know.
this
Yeah.
guy. Where do I
I
know
don't
this
know
guy
McDonald's
from?
is, but I know what you're talking about.
It's from Coming to America.
McDonald's
where he
is
works.
McDonald's.
It's McDonald's. You know, you ever see Coming to
Oh,
America?
I forgot that's where he worked was
Yeah.
called. I've seen it, but I forgot that
Anyway,
part
again,
of it.
I'm pretty high. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Where were we?
So the wife changed her name back to her maiden name. That's a good big plot point. I think we didn't really
Yes.
point that
So
out.
searching for his wife's name, he found he couldn't find McLean, so he found, what was her last name? Gennaro.
Yeah.
Holly
Gennaro.
Ms. Gennaro.
And that pisses him off.
Yes.
Anyway, goes up to the 30th floor, meets Mr. Tanaka, or is that his name?
Something like that.
Something like that.
He's pretty cool dude, though.
Cool
What'd you
guy,
say?
let's party.
Established.
He partied up.
He's established.
Oh yeah,
Parties.
he kills it. He's established.
Clearly.
Good guy. Loves parties. Loves Christmas. He talks to him. Then he meets Holly. Talks to Holly. Anyway, one thing. And then we meet what's his name? Who's the guy that's doing blow off of Holly's desk? Why is he in there doing blow off of Holly's desk?
Because it's the 80s, dude.
Because he's an asshole. Like I was.
Where's his office?
I don't know. We probably didn't have an office yet.
It's probably on a higher floor.
What he has a private bathroom.
Yeah, he's probably on a higher floor. He was
It's
trying to bang that
confu-
chick. He was in her office. You know, he's
It was,
trying to bang her.
People just did coke wherever in the 80s. It's fine.
That's true. He was probably just trying to be. He was hoping she'd walk in and he'd be like, "Hey, you want
someone
to
who's it's like, oh, this is your husband. It went the wrong way.
Yeah.
She walked in with the
Would you
husband.
like a? He was imagine. What's that guy's name?
That was Ellis.
Ellis.
was the character.
Imagine. They walk in, the boss and John walks in. Ellis got a line laid out on his cock, waiting for Holly. I was just making a phone call. So he goes in, talks to Ellis, meets Ellis. Ellis doing blow. He notices, doesn't like Ellis. Who cares?
He's a cop.
Well,
He
this
doesn't
guy's-
like blow.
This guy's a dickhead. You gotta paint a picture. This guy's a complete asshole.
Scumbag.
He's pretty scumbag. Yeah, he's
a
like,
fucking car salesman.
yeah.
He's like fucking.
Seems like he's from Jersey.
I knew that was
He
coming.
does. He does
I
seem
knew that
like
was
he's
coming.
very
He could be.
Jersey-ish.
He could be from Jersey for sure. He could be Freddie's uncle.
So Freddie's uncle's in there doing blow.
Trying to bang the
Holly
wife.
comes in.
Trying to bang Holly. That's what he
Yeah,
wants.
Well, I mean, that's probably what he wants. Well, and
Pretty obvious.
McLean says it.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another. They get into a fight. Holly leaves. She's got to say something to the troops.
Hold on a second.
He takes his shoes off.
say
What
one
did I
thing.
miss?
Let's say one thing. This dude was on the plane to come visit his family in LA because his wife went and got a job. I feel like we didn't talk about that. I feel like we didn't say anything about that. But if we did,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
we did.
say
Yeah,
she got a job.
there.
All right.
He had to stay in New York because he is a cop with.
And she's like
backlog.
making
yeah,
more
10-year
making more
backlog.
money.
10 years
She's
of-
making more money, so that's a thing.
Mo money, mo problem.
Yeah, so he's like
And
kind
she
of
took her
feeling.
kids.
Yeah, he's feeling.
They had an argument. They didn't finish the argument in July or whenever.
Old McLean's down on his luck right now.
And McLean's
He's-
kind of an asshole.
he's kind of smooth though. He kind of cares. He's kind of like, hey, if I get my family back, it's gonna be a good trip. If I don't, I'll go back and fight crime.
What I like in the second one is like, or even in this one too, is he gets hit on a lot by girls and guys.
The second one was great when the chick hit on him at the counter at the airport.
Yeah,
I
just
love
the
that.
facts, man.
Yeah, and I smile. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Can you hear that goddamn sirens?
Yeah, I thought it was a cat meowing.
Anyway, that's good. It's setting the scenes. The police don't come yet, but
Right.
when
But they're on their way.
So anyway, keep going.
so this is when he takes his shoes off and makes fists with his toes.
Yes.
Mind you, from this point on, he's barefoot the rest of the time.
Which
Yeah.
adds
Which
a
is
good
bad.
element. Yeah, adds a great element to this one that they lose that in 2.
Yeah, because it's so fucking cold.
Yeah, why did he have his shoes on the whole time?
Because
don't
the second
know.
one was about the storm. The storm was like supposed to be part of it. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be freezing.
But
the
imagine he was
elements.
shoeless.
Yeah, it would have been
I mean,
made more dramatic
He would have been
because
probably much shorter.
he even
would
had to
have
put
died
on a
much quicker.
coat at one point in 2. He's like, "Hey, give me your coat." He's like, "Come on, dude. You've walked around in glass and barefoot. You don't need a coat."
Yeah, but in LA.
Well, no,
dude,
he
LA
gives
weather
he
is
gives
way
the
different
coat
than the
away.
Cold.
True.
He gives the code
Eventually.
away to the Junior, to the dude downstairs.
But then
Wait, we're talking about the second one.
later. Yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry, I jumped ahead. My bad. Focus
Yeah,
on
you jumped a movie ahead.
Yes,
Milk, the
focus
milk.
on one.
Milk the milk.
Question. Did you like the third one better than the first two?
Third one's the best one.
I don't know, because it was like it was too like detached for me. For like it wasn't on Christmas, obviously, but which is fine because having another Christmas would have been even more unbelievable than having 2 Christmases in a row where you get fucking terrorism. I guess it was cool.
How many
that they brought
Christmases
back-
can be terrorized?
It was exactly. It was cool. It'd be cool to brought back a Gruber, but
All right,
whatever.
let's go through this. Like
And it was
Samuel L.
too
Jackson.
It was too all over the
Samuel L.
place
Jackson,
for me.
him running around New York City trying to solve fucking where things are gonna blow up when they're solving riddles is fucking awesome. Come on.
Yeah, it was
That
fun.
villain is better than Hans Gruber. I love Jeremy Irons' villain. He's better than Hans
Yeah.
Gruber.
It was
he's
fun.
good.
It was good.
He's
It's such a-
Hans Gruber's brother.
Yeah, Todd Gruber.
Yes.
Todd Gruber.
No, I liked it. I just wasn't sure. I feel like because it was different, I was still digesting it.
You know why I love it so much? Because of the '90s classic and '80s movies blow.
I mean, that's
two-
why I liked the third Back to the Future. That's why I like the third Back to the Future best, and that's why I like the third Indiana Jones best.
the fourth Lethal Weapon is also the best Lethal Weapon because it was made in like 1997.
Yeah, but I also love the third one.
Yeah, the fourth one.
But that's the first one I saw, I think.
Dude, Jet Li's first movie in America was Lethal Weapon 4.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
In America, yes, it was. 100%, 100.
Name his first 3 movies.
I don't know that, but I know his first movie in America was that because that's the first time I saw him. And you,
No,
it's
it
like
wasn't.
that was
It
the
was,
yes, it was.
It was Ip Man.
That's way after that.
Man, I gotta watch that still.
It
that
Man's pretty
good?
sick, yeah.
I'm gonna try to watch that at some point.
It was The King and I.
No. Okay.
Who played the
Keep
King?
going.
King and I. Chow Yun Fat.
Keep
Go on.
Let's see. Where were he? Is this where he comes in? Is this where Hans comes in?
Yeah, Hans is pretty much coming in right now.
Enter Hans Gruber and the gang of who I love. I love every single one of them. I like it's Christmas, Theo. It's time for miracles. So tell me when the detonators are, whatever he says to Theo. I love Theo, the hacker. I love the German twins. They come in, they overpower the guards, and then
These guys are straight up
Fine.
like fucking mercenary killers
Pros.
from, like across the world.
absolute pros.
These guys are like fucking every country's best guy. That's who these guys are.
They're pros. They're using high quality weapons. Pretty sure they have MP5s.
Did you notice?
and amongst other
Do you notice
Glock
the
7s,
first-
dude.
The first guy that comes to try to
Glock
kill John
7s? That's the
McClane?
second one.
My bad.
The first guy that comes to kill John McClane upstairs with the glasses, he's wearing fucking jogging leggings, like jeggings. He's got a fucking like suit, a sweatsuit on. That was the first thing I commented in my notes. Was this guy's got a fucking leggings sweatsuit on? He looked like a fucking yeah.
Is that the guy with the chainsaw?
No, it's the guy with the gun. He had like the glasses. He's the first guy that John McClane like battles. Like he has a fight with him. They fall down the stairs. Like the first time you see him like in action.
And he takes his bag of detonators. That's where he
Yeah,
gets the
yeah,
detonators.
yeah. That guy, the detonator guy. That guy was
Get me
hilarious
the
looking.
detonators.
He was like a Swedish male model. Like he was like a Zoolander guy playing the part.
I'm freezing. I gotta move inside.
Wow. All right, Jake, pick it up. Where we going?
You guys
Where we
keep talking.
Then a bunch of action stuff happened where a lot of people like shot each other. There was a lot of shooting, and we find out more. There was a lot of cool back and forth, a little wisecracking between McClane and Gruber.
Wait a minute. We're already to where McClane meets Gruber.
No, I'm
What are you talking about?
Talking about?
I don't remember the plot points as well as you will.
Did you guys watch this goddamn movie?
I definitely
did.
watched the movie.
Yo,
of course.
I've said like 3 times. I'm really high. So
Yeah,
you guys-
I'm trying to match. First.
So
You
But
guys
no.
got to carry this.
Holly leaves. McClane's in there barefoot, hanging out. He's there. He's mad at himself.
His pick.
He's mad at himself. You guys just take naps, all right? You motherfuckers.
You're going deep. It's hard to remember all these things.
I'm thinking. So
You guys settle down.
It's not that. It's
he goes down. So they come in. While Holly goes down to say something to the troops, he's chilling. He's like washing his face and shit. Gunshots happen. Hans Gruber comes in, takes Mr. Takagi, that's his name, Mr. Takagi hostage. He asks him for he's basically what we come to find out is he's not a terrorist. These are not terrorists. They're thieves. They're exceptional thieves, and they're pros. And they come.
Yeah, they're robbing money, right? Like bonds or something or gold.
Bearer
What are they robbing?
bonds. Yes.
bonds, yeah.
He's not interested in the codes to his mainframe computer. He's interested in the $4.4 billion of negotiable bearer bonds hidden in his safe, which is why he's got Theo over there typing away like fucking Jack Black in every dope 90s spy movie.
They're like, we need the guy in the van. Who's gonna be the guy in the van guy? They're like, Jack Black.
Yeah.
They're like, Jack Black. Jack Black's not available. All right, get me Seth Green.
Or Scott Conn.
Just someone who can wisecrack. We just need someone who can wisecrack.
No, we just need a guy. We just need a guy with funny glasses, and he just got to go like this. I just need more time. I need more time.
Yeah, these are all guys that were in the van in Enemy of the State, I believe. And Barry Pepper. We got to throw in Barry Pepper. Barry Peps.
Is this good? This is good.
That looks
I'm
great.
just sitting on a treadmill now. McClane hears everything. He hears the commotion. Goes downstairs. Wait, how does he? Who first? What happens first? How does he? Who does he encounter first?
So
remember?
So they go in. The guitarist come in, led by Alan Rickman. Who he's fucking.
Yeah, we've gotten past this point.
So, but I'm trying to set the fucking scene though. They come in, they fucking barge into the party, and they're like, they're like South Park style, like they come in there and shit. And then John McClane hears this, so he's washing his fucking toes, and he's just on high alert now, and he's got to fucking be like, oh shit, I gotta fucking save the day. You gotta save the fucking day. That's what happens.
He goes into cop mode.
End of movie. He fights people. Bad guy dies. Movie ends.
Well, then he starts like trying to get a hold of other cops while he hears this shit, and the cops outside don't believe him. The real cops
outside
the LA
don't believe him.
cops,
What do you
because
mean?
it's just like it's foreshadowing to LAPD as a joke. It's just that he tries to call them.
Anti-Blue Matters movement. Blue Lives Matter.
This is an anti-cop movie. Sort of like the next movie is an anti-TSA movie. It's these movies are ahead of their time. Yeah, it's all there. Talks about the cop that killed a kid. It's all there, man. Anyway.
Yeah, he tries to.
Foreshadowing.
I'm just trying to remember who does he encounter first?
He just hears. Fuck, who does he encounter? I mean,
the
isn't
first kill? The first
he?
I was talking about in the fucking jeggings.
Yeah,
he comes in there.
That's
He
what
comes
I'm
up there, and then they fight.
They're like in the hallway. He's in the hallway or some shit later. There's so much action. It's hard. Yeah, for a long time, it's just a whole bunch of shooting. Like after this point, there's the shooting, and then there's more shooting, and then him just diving through fucking ventilation shafts and elevator shafts for a long time.
Why do
That's
you
kind of
hate
where
shooting?
this movie goes.
Why do you hate
with
action
him
movies?
Communicating. I'm not big.
There's nothing wrong with it.
To me, action movies are like just too unrealistic for me. Like,
wait a second, is this going to be you ripping apart action movies? Is that what this is?
No, he literally just asked me a question. This is me
Okay.
answering the question.
Okay.
I'm not big into action. I'm not big into action movies because they're just never realistic to me. Like I don't find them relatable. like they can be entertaining, but after a while that I get bored with the explosions and then the whatever storyline. They're never good storylines, and they're always more or less the same. But I understand that Die Hard kind of set that in place for some of these like soon to come 90s more like action movies, which I did enjoy as a kid.
There's other movies that were doing.
I just don't really like. I just don't really like them. Yeah,
part of it.
I just don't really care for action. They're just not my genre.
You know what? You know what? Low key, if I had to pick the best action movie I've ever seen, as much as I love Face Off and always pick Face Off, but Predator probably the sickest actor.
Predator one's
such
rad.
a great fucking movie. That's such a great movie, Predator.
But you don't like action movies, Jake.
It's fun.
No, this fucking guy hates action movies.
I like that one, but I don't think it's like one of the best movies ever. But I enjoy watching it still. I don't think they're like that great
You're
because
not allowed to watch things you hate.
usually like the plots are kind of dumb, but just not that good to me.
They don't
They're
have
just-
to be good. They're action movies. You're just watching shit happen. That's crazy. You could look at
Exactly,
it.
I know, and I understand that, and
I mean, if
fun
that's
to
the
watch
case, then the
sometimes.
new Matrix was great.
I just don't. Yeah, I understand that it's like they're fun to watch, and I enjoyed watching these, but like, they're just not my thing. Like I was gonna make the point at some point like that. I found Die Hard 2
Go ahead,
on
make
a
your point, dude.
Die Hard 2 on a first watch. I found more entertaining than Die Hard, but I think the story of Die Hard was just better, and that's
It's because they turned it up to 11.
Yeah, I appreciated the story more in the first one opposed to the second one, but the second one was almost like more, I don't know, just consumable for me. But then I rewatched them both, and on the second watch, Die Hard definitely better than Die
It's
Hard
just
2.
got a better story to it.
Yeah, just has a
So
better story.
shit's
characters,
going
better
down.
characters.
Bruce Willis kills the
Going
first
down.
guy, takes a bag of detonators. This
Fuck
sets
you,
the
Jake.
whole thing
Fuck
off.
you.
That motherfucker's pissed because Mr. Willis got them detonators. He also has a walkie-talkie and a machine gun. And the best part of this movie, and the most Christmas part of this movie, is when he puts that German motherfucker in the elevator, dresses him as Santa Claus, writes on his chest, "Now I have a machine gun." Ho, ho, ho. And hearing Alan Rickman say that makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's in the elevators. That's where he lives for a little bit, barefoot. At a certain point, he's fighting Alan Rickman and they shoot the glass, which again, he's barefoot. Fucks
Yeah.
with him all day.
That was
Fucks
probably
fucks
the best
with him
part.
when he shoots the glass.
No, just that the interaction when he first runs into Rickman in
When
the
he
hall.
pretends to be a normal guy.
Yeah,
was
that whole
awesome.
that whole
When
thing.
he first
and-
runs into him. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he like it takes Rickman a second to realize like, oh, he doesn't know what I look like because they've been
This is
talking the
him, yeah.
entire night, so he just
Yeah.
faked like an American voice, acted all scared, like there was a gun right around the corner, and fucking
name's
even and
Clay.
McClane eventually gives him a gun to like just have, but then we realize, oh, just kidding, he didn't put bullets in it.
McLean's no dummy, dude.
Yeah, he knew the whole
Well,
time.
that's what we didn't talk about. Also,
Maybe he
when,
suspected the
when
whole
this
time.
goes down, he finds a walkie-talkie and he's communicating with these guys, and like so they know that this guy exists, and he knows that
Well,
like
yeah.
he's there.
He makes a call to the police department,
And
which
they
is what
overhear
you were
it.
saying didn't really believe him until they heard gunshots.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
He had
was
to
pretty
throw-
good. when
He
she
had
was
to
like,
throw
"Yeah,
a
if
body
you-
out of the building to get the cops' attention.
well, to get Urkel's uncle to be
Yeah.
convinced because he thought it was a wild goose chase.
Al
Dude.
Powell.
Dude, everybody seems
Reginald
like a
Val
fucking
something.
idiot that works as a cop, except for John McClane in these movies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He even
Well,
yells
that's
at
what Jake
everybody.
said.
He's like,
LAPD is a
he's
bunch
like-
of idiots.
He's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh my god, McClane, you're crazy! Like this would never happen." Everything he says happens. He like saves the day. It's like,
But in the second one,
You know, in
it's even
both of
worse.
them. Yeah, it's just insane.
In the second one, it's even worse. It's like, don't you know what they're doing? This is the manifest of a high level fucking mercenaries.
It's
And the
funny
guy
that
goes, well, I know we're all idiots here, McLean, but why don't you explain to us?
It's so ridiculous. It's amazing.
what's more ridiculous is the two main cops out of the first two movies both got like TV shows the year after those movies came out as police officers. Like the Al Powell
Who was the other guy?
was Family Matters. Then the other guy was like the main TSA guy, and he was
The guy who sucked.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
became
yeah.
NYPD Blue.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Dennis Franz
in
or
the
something.
second one.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the second one.
yeah. So he got a show as a cop, and then the other guy got a show as a cop.
Good for them.
This is a cop
well-
the cop show making type of franchise.
I think Brucey's career was a little better.
A little bit. And
Just
Samuel
the
Jackson
age,
also better career. Samuel Jackson didn't
He
get a cop
plays
show.
the-
He just became a badass in all
You know, he
movies.
plays a
I'm pretty
harmonica
sure they
in Bruce
did
Willis.
that right after Pulp Fiction, and like so that was literally right after Pulp Fiction came out. They did the Die Hard.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was 95. True.
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier.
So
for some
he,
reason.
so he's crawling in some ducts. He's in the elevators. He's going through windows. He's hanging out of windows. They're shooting. There's blasting. He kills
Mhm.
terrorists. He kills the robbers. What's the climax of this movie?
Eventually.
He kills everybody.
Yep.
I
Eventually,
guess it's
just-
when he meets.
they run out.
When he meets him, I think that's it. So he meets him. He figures out the plan. There's bombs on the roof. He throws a body out the window. Argyle kills somebody. This
Yeah.
movie is ridiculous, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, there was the good scene of him like telling his buddy Al Powell. He's all like, tell my wife I love her kind of speech. Like I was watching that. I'm like, this is actually good acting from Bruce Willis. You don't see a lot of good acting from Bruce Willis.
He's made some pretty
So
good movies.
there's the
man.
the reporter, the dude from Ghostbusters. So there's this guy. This guy,
That guy
is really what
sucks.
fucks everything up. At this up until he screws the pooch, Gruber does not know that Holly Gennaro, who has now taken over as the leader since he killed Mr. Takagi, she's taken over as kind of the liaison to the hostages.
de facto leader.
Oh wow. She and Gruber are talking, and they up until now he doesn't know that she is his wife, and they have kids and shit. So the reporter, he gets a hold of the story. He's out there. He's trying to find details. He finds out that Holly McClane lives here. He goes to the house, shows it. Eventually, Gruber sees on the TV that Gennaro, what they show a picture or something of all of them together. Gruber puts two and two together, picks up a picture that Holly has pushed down, and sees that it's family. He now knows what both of them look like. He now knows that they're together, and now because he's been trying to find someone that he cared about ever since he killed Ellis. Because Ellis is a fucking scumbag. He was trying to negotiate with these. He's like, I make $1 million deals for breakfast, babe. I think I can negotiate this Euro trash. Goes in, gets killed. So yeah, that's I think this is the climax. Is when Gruber comes, has Holly on the top. He's got a gun taped to his back, but he drops his gun. And he's like, and he's like, and then he's like, Holly, go! And then he pulls the gun and he shoots him, and then he's falling off the roof, grabs Holly.
Hold on a second. Why don't you do this? Why
Why
don't you describe every move that happens in each scene that happens between the fights, and then we'll go from there.
No, that'll take way too long.
Go ahead, start now.
What?
Don't
Describe
listen
the
to
I
fights.
had a lot of good momentum just now.
that. Yeah,
You
that was
fucking-
great. That was great. Yeah.
Fucking whipped a hole in my sails here.
All right. Well, I wanted to say. Hold on though. You know what I thought was a cool scene when they were telling him the fake.
Go ahead,
plan they
Schwartz.
had. No, the fake plan they had. That was good. Like how they were like, because when you at that point you just knew they were terrorists and you weren't sure what they wanted, and then they start giving demands, and you're like, oh, they're only kidding. Like I wonder what they're after, and then it reveals.
Yeah, that's when we
Like, that was
thought they
dope.
were terrorists.
Like,
and
yeah,
but
exactly.
they were
That's when they
former terrorists who just wanted that money.
Yeah.
They didn't really have a agenda.
They're just.
They
in it
just
to
wanted
fucking-
that
they're
money.
just- They're just down to
The
clown.
money. Yeah. I guess not. They didn't have a terrorist style agenda. They just had a
All right,
money
Anthony, is
agenda.
the
Exceptional
momentum
thieves.
building in you right now to get going again? Can you do it?
Oh no, it's gone. That momentum's gone.
Oh,
Gruber falls off
Back to terrorism.
Gruber falls off the building and he dies.
Yep. Gruber died.
that was a great shot. Ooh.
And Argyle picked him back up, and it was a happy ending. And
Argyle picked up Gruber?
no,
Are you
Argyle,
all right?
Argyle picked up John and Holly.
There's
and
no way
everything was
Gruber
cool.
was in one piece after falling from the top
No,
of
no,
that
no.
building.
Oh yeah, they should have
He
shown.
fell pretty far.
That's another thing that happens in the Matrix is that there's a certain point everyone's like happening off of the buildings and like trying to kill him. Oh my god, it was so stupid.
Look how mad he is. I love it. It's not even mad. He's just upset. He wanted it to be so good.
So yeah, John McClane saved the day, saved Christmas. Him and Holly were pretty much back together again because he saved her, and happily ever after. And then
So what happened? He
until
just
the
killed
following
everybody.
year.
All the guys went
Well,
down.
no, yeah.
He took out.
He kills everyone.
Everyone died, and
That's
the
pretty
cops.
awesome.
The
pretty
cops
awesome.
didn't help him at all. It was a one-man show. The cops actually tried to prevent him from doing his job. The cops were like, "Hey, you mess with a deer, you get the horns," because that was the guy from Breakfast Club. He was also a cop in L.A. He was a cop and principal at the same time. Bad at both jobs. Yep.
Fucking love this movie.
Yep. I'm doing the horns thing
It's a
for those
great movie.
listening.
It's just a good action movie.
It is. It's
takes
awesome.
place in a building. It's in a building and a parking lot. That's it.
A building under construction too in some places, which
Under
is cool.
construction with bombs.
A lot of bombs.
Remember
A lot
that
of.
C4 I told you about? There you go.
Yo, the fucking ending of the
Hey,
second
man,
one.
We got a bunch of guys out here with glass all over the place. Glass. Go fuck yourself, you glass. Listen, if you're not a part of the problem, you're part of the. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Quit being a part of the problem. Put on the other guy.
Dude, in the second one, the end when he sets fire and it goes up to the plane and it goes down the wrong way. I was laughing so hard. It's like the worst scene in the history of movies.
How about when he goes and
two's
tries to
insane.
save the plane and he's like waving it and then the plane just crashes behind him?
Bro, how big was that fucking death count? That was so many people died. Like 230 on the plane
Oh, yeah.
alone. And then like
Oh yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Was that a fully
Holy
loaded
shit.
plane?
When
Jake?
he
Did you-
ejects
did-
himself and the thing blows up.
Well, they said
Number
it at
one,
some point, like
how-
230 something. They say
Oh,
it.
do they? How
Yeah.
how long did grenades last before they explode? Because he had about
Good
6
answer.
minutes to
Good
jump in
question,
that
Amy.
chair and eject
Yeah.
himself.
They kept coming, and I was just like, oh, what about the first one?
The ejection
Yeah,
looks so
Is it the
ridiculous.
first
So
one been
They
there
all
for
have
like
to wait for each other.
Yeah.
Is there like a Bluetooth mesh system for these grenades before they can go off?
the first one's definitely been there for about 6 seconds. Seems like it would be blown up by now.
I'm not a grenologist, but I fucking
mean,
know. I know.
if I was
pretty sure I've
guessing-
seen things blow up.
If I was guessing the number, it'd be around 3 or 4 seconds.
34 seconds. I think it's more than
3
3
or
or 4,
4.
but I'd
You
say,
do?
I'd say 10. Let's say 10.
1, 2, 3, 4.
10 or like
Well, if it's 10, then he definitely that was realistic then because he had a lot of time. He goes
really?
1, 2, 3,
Yeah, I mean, I know how to count.
4. Well, that's a long time. 10 seconds is a while. I feel like you want a grenade to work pretty quick if you're throwing it at somebody. It's not like, all right, well, let's just wait now. I think like 3 or 4 seconds is probably what it is.
Well, luckily for us, these are slow grenades, and it made the movie more suspenseful.
Jake, I mean,
Slow
Schwartz,
release.
are you a grenologist?
I got my chronology degree. I didn't tell you.
I just know
Usually
we're
takes
not
between
just-
2 to 6 seconds before detonation occurs. Pretty sure that's
Yeah,
exactly
these
what
are
you said.
these are slow release ones. These are on the 6 side. So I think
Ah, this is like the
Yeah.
Percocet of grenades.
yeah. And the first one was like more of like a warning grenade. So the first one wasn't going to go off anyway. So you got to start counting at the second one.
Yeah, I forgot the warning grenade situation.
Yeah, it's like terrorist code. They just do that. I'm a terrorologist.
Does Argyle save the day in the first one?
Yeah, 100%. He's the best character. He's the hero. They
he
should have
do?
made. They
I
should
thought
have made
Argyle died.
Die Hard 2 should have followed Argyle. Like I don't know why it was about John.
That would have
McClane.
been awesome.
That would have been sick.
He was just like driving someone
It
to the
would've been
Dole's
rad.
airport. He's like, "Oh shit, something's going on," and then like he just saves everything.
He's like, ever since I met this dude, John McClane, I've been saving lives.
Yep.
It would have been sick if in
I'm a
the
real
third
good taxi
movie,
driver.
Sam Jackson was Argyle.
Oh my god, they
And they were
reunite.
reunited.
Oh my god,
Reunited,
That would've been
and
so
it
much better.
feels So good.
so much better.
Oh yeah, Urkel's uncle was in this second one. I forgot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sends him a fax. He goes, "Hey man, you're not pissing in someone's pool, are you?" And then John goes, yeah, and I'm all out of chlorine.
That's awesome.
So,
Hold on, I wrote something down.
so just to be on John's jobs, in the first one he's a New York guy, and the second one he's a LA cop, and then the third one he's a New York guy again.
Yeah.
No,
He
second
left
one,
LA.
No, second one
He's
he's
LA,
in
he's
LA,
LAPD.
or he's a
Yeah.
New York cop still. No, he's not LA.
No, I think he said he went to LA. I think they're saying that he
Yeah, I
moved to
thought
LA
they
and
were-
became LA cop because she was there and this family.
Yeah, the family was in
Yeah.
DC.
Yeah.
He
I
said
thought he worked for
he's-
LAPD at that time.
I don't think so. I think he's
feel
still
like
a New
he
York
did.
cop.
So
Mm,
I think he
I
said
I-
he's coming from New York or from LA.
I remember this now. Remember? Do you remember when the guy
Do you
fucking
remember?
tells him the plan in the beginning? And so the guy's telling him the plan, fucking Blondie, the bad guy, and the cop, the boss is like, "You can't do this, man." He goes, "I am doing this. You can't do this, man. I am doing this." I was like, that was awesome.
There's a whole lot of
And
cool
then-
people.
And then I just wrote fucking grenade scene.
The fucking grenade scene.
Yo, when he fucking launches himself and it blows up underneath him and he goes towards the camera, he's like, "Ah!" I was like, dude, this is a fucking Looney Tunes episode.
Oh yeah.
Wile E. Coyote and shit.
And also,
dude,
did
it
they
was-
see him?
was like
Did
the
they think
Gremlins.
they killed him? They didn't see him eject. I'm pretty sure they thought they were like, all right, well, we don't got to worry about him anymore.
I mean,
Yeah,
I would have
mean,
thought that.
I would have thought that on the explosion.
didn't-
I'm like,
they
all right,
didn't
that
see-
guy's
they didn't see
dead.
his-
Moving on.
They didn't see the.
They probably
the-
just thought
the
it was
chair shooting out with the parachute.
thought it
Coming
was
out.
shrapnel or something. I don't know. They
What are you,
probably
a
were just-
fucking
they
shrapnel.
probably saw the explosion and immediately just looked away. They're like, "Oh, we're good."
That's
You-
negligent.
Well, they're not good. Well, are they good at their jobs if they're terrorists? They've gone pretty
I
far.
don't
They
think.
have. They're
I
pretty
think
experienced.
the terrorists of the second one are not nearly as refined as the thieves in the first one.
Well, these are. It seems like the second ones are all. They're all like soldiers and shit.
Yeah.
And then there's
But
like a
they're-
Yeah,
group
that's
of
what they are.
soldiers.
They're that general. That was the coolest part of that one was that guy's story. He's like a renegade general, just like dealing fucking cocaine around the world to like terrorists. Like that's a cool villain. That's a great
had
villain.
Two villains in that one. Yeah,
Was he
because there was the
dealing cocaine?
Esperanza
Was
was the
he-
guy in this. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was-
that's what it said in the beginning. He was a giant, a big cocaine dealer.
wasn't it like
Esperanza.
Yeah, I thought it was drugs and arms, right? That they have
Yeah.
a bunch of shit like fully loaded, other plane and whatever.
Drugs and
When
arms.
he was
Yeah,
naked doing
guns,
yoga,
drugs and guns.
the police report was, I mean not the police report, the newscast was talking about all the shit that he did. That's how you got the background of him. They were saying like, this general did this with that at this point. He's now doing this, and this is this guy. He's just like done doing yoga. You're like, all right,
Yep.
we're good. Naked yoga, got all the info. Let's get out of here. Where's
Just
Java
walk-
Clay? Get me Java Clay.
Doing yoga while watching the news seems like counterproductive in a way. But hey, whatever.
No,
Yeah,
it was explanation yoga.
Exploga.
Exposition yoga, which actually never
Exposition
never
yoga.
never had any payoff because that character trait never played into anything that guy did for the rest. It's not like he was super chill. He was just like a fucking guy.
Yo, how about when he pointed
Well,
the gun at fucking the dude
I
and
was-
he clicked the
Oh
thing,
no!
and then there was no bullet in it? And he's like, next time you don't give me what I want, there'll be a bullet in it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
How about when he turns around after doing naked yoga with the remote and shoots the TV to the off position?
Oh yeah. I remember that. I remember.
So cool.
He was like just bad
It's,
GI Joe. He's just a bad version of GI Joe.
Skinny Eye Joe, Cotton Eye Joe.
I was about to say that. God, not Joe. That's a great song at a party.
Is it? How does it go again?
I enjoy it.
So what happened in this movie?
Which one?
We talking
The
Die,
Matrix,
Die
dude.
Harder, dude.
They come
Die
in-
Harder.
They come in with
It's
this new
called-
thing.
yeah, let's talk
there
about
was,
that.
There was cool
Die
things.
Harder.
I don't know if that's
There was
actually what
couple
it's called.
of cool things. Die
Stop
Hard
with
2.
your
Well, I mean, I always
Matrix.
called it Die Harder.
I always did too, but on IMDb it's just called Die Hard 2. On Wikipedia it's just called Die Hard 2. So maybe there's like a it says on the cover Die Harder. So maybe that's sort of like I don't know, what are our marketing phrase? Die Harder. It wasn't actually part of the title. I'll be right back. You fucking weirdo.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I thought
Oh,
that'd
I'm
be
watching
funny.
the beginning of this.
Did you not hear?
LAPD. Okay, yeah, he
You
is
at the beginning of the
LAPD.
movie?
Yeah,
In the beginning of the
I was
second one,
seeing if
right?
he's-
Yeah. He like
I was
moved
seeing if he
back
was
there.
LAPD. Yeah, he is LAPD. He's like, yeah. I've been to LA once, hated it. This fucking cop. That's like, is this your dad? Is this what your dad was? Is this a fucking? Yeah, whatever. Get out of here. I'm gonna tow your car.
I mean, my dad doesn't talk like that, but he was a cop in Toms River, New Jersey. He was a homicide detective, so he was like doing fingerprints and shit.
Yeah, where's your dead bodies? Give it to me. Bring out your dead.
Most cops in New York talk like that.
Is that not your dad? That looks like your dad.
That's Schwartz's dad.
This does not
This
look
is
like my
Schwartz's
dad.
right
Yeah,
here.
isn't your dad a DC
He
cop?
goes, yeah,
dude?
you could pick up your car from 8 to 9:30 tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
Your dad was a DC parking cop
There's
in
a dead
1990,
body in
right?
it.
I mean, he could have been if he lived in DC, sure.
Your dad's
Where did
like,
he live?
my
Tom's River, New
senses of
Jersey?
detection tells me that they're from Providence.
Funny, I didn't think we had a name. Oh, that wasn't a cop. That was Costello. That was a great line, though. So
There was
keep
one.
going.
There was a couple cool things about the Matrix that I liked, and it was
God damn it.
one thing was that they can bring non-sentient beings into the real world, which I thought was kind of cool. They
So
figured out a
when
way
you
to
say
do that.
non-sentient beings, it's just things that were made for to live in that world that aren't human.
Yeah, programs, agents.
Okay.
There's an agent that turns into like the dude that is Morpheus, like the new Morpheus. He was an agent that like evolved into Morpheus.
Okay.
And then they can bring him there's like this technology that brings him into the real world. It's kind of cool. That was like, there was a couple cool things. They're living in they're trying to live in symbiosis with the machines and not just fight them. They were talking about how like, oh man, in the first movies, they didn't say that exactly, but they're like, in the first movies, you guys wanted to fight the machines. It was us against them. Now we're living with the machines.
Really, that's stupid. I hate that.
It's fucking terrible.
Movie sounds bad.
They're just like fuck the first ones. Let's do it over again. And then literally the last line is Carrie Ann Moss, who's basically the one now. She's like,
Damn it, stop.
you know, the only thing that's good about this is we got another chance. And then they play the exact same song.
Rage?
Wake up.
Rage?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but they do it, but it's the brass against one. It's the girl that peed on that dude's face. It's him. I mean, it's that band.
Oh.
And that was as soon as that started playing, I looked over at my friends. I was like, is this the chick that pissed on that dude's face? And nobody saw that video.
I didn't see that video.
Look it up. Brass against piss on face.
I don't think I want it.
Not gonna Google that.
I'm not really
I'll
into
send it to
pee.
you. It's not,
Not
I
into
mean, it's
pee.
I
not
don't wanna
sexual
watch
by
it.
any means. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
very-
good.
I'll
It's
send it to you.
gross.
It's
I would probably
hilarious.
throw up if someone.
It's worth a watch.
I'd
It's
probably
worth a watch.
punch someone if they peed on me.
Duh, this dude was into it.
I
This
know,
dude
I'm
was
not
like,
into
it's
that.
like you like, it's like if you went up on stage and you were like, I'm gonna lay down and you can pee on me.
I get
You're
it.
looking at it right now.
I'm not, but I get it. All right. What else about Die Hard?
All right.
Die Hard or just Die Hard 2, I think is what we've decided or I discovered.
Yeah, it was good. Good movie.
Yep. So yeah, he was at the airport.
Did we already talk about it? Oh
And
no.
There
He's
was
at the airport. He's
terrorism.
getting towed by this dude. He's kind of an asshole. The cop. He's
What
like
episode
he's like
is
the
this?
New York. This will be like 79. Well, I don't know. I don't know what numbers are anymore since we're doing specials.
knows
The
what
guy's
maybe
towing
79.
him. They're
By
trying.
the way-
they're trying to make. All right. What?
Did you see the second South Park special?
Can we just fucking focus on the
Let's just-
movie?
I already brought it up, so let's just talk about it. I already brought it up. Did you guys see it?
The second half. The second
second half?
Of the,
yeah.
um,
Yeah. Of the
I
when they're
can't
grown up.
remember.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
It
saw
wasn't
second
the
half.
first half. The first half was so much better. I was so disappointed. I was like, "What the fuck?" I mean, I guess what happens to Cartman's great, but that's really about it. Maybe the
Butter
payoff.
shit
Oh
was
wait, don't
good.
tell
Maybe
me.
the
Don't
payoff
tell me,
was
don't tell me,
that.
don't
Maybe the
tell me, don't
payoff
tell
was
me.
that. I won't. I won't.
Don't
I
tell
won't
me.
tell
Shut
you.
up.
I. All right. I'm not.
Even though you literally just ruined the Matrix for us. Oh well. Either way,
You're
who
not gonna
cares?
watch the Matrix.
I probably wasn't going to anyway.
You're not gonna watch the
Anyway.
Matrix. The
So
the
what-
shit you talk on the you haven't even seen 2 and 3.
Should we talk about Die Hard 3 now? Because it's the best one.
We haven't even stopped. We haven't even barely started Die Hard 2.
So
What
here's
else is there to
here's
say
the plot of
about
the here's Die Hard 2. Die Hard 2. McClane's at an airport. His wife's on a plane. Terrorists take over the airport. Will not let the planes land until they get Esperanza, this cartel leader from whatever Latin area, to Dulles International Airport. Basically, that's it. That's all it is. And it's McClane trying to convince the police, the airport cops, that these are
everybody knows
these aren't just
They know
fucking bad
nothing.
thieves.
Yeah.
These aren't
John
fucking bad
McClane
thieves.
is the
Those are
smartest
Glock-
guy.
Those are Glock 9s. They're made out of porcelain. Like they're talking about some fake ass porcelain guns.
Just like
John McClane seems like to
only
be the
John
smartest
knows.
guy in the room at all times, no matter who's in the room. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys don't see what's going on here." It's like, "Damn, John,
Well,
calm
he's
down."
the only one that's
Enjoy it.
He's the only one that's been through this before.
I guess
What, I'm in
so.
another basement on Christmas?
And there's the foreshadowing to the TSA. They suck at their jobs.
That wasn't TSA though. There was no TSA.
Yeah,
before
well,
9/11.
it was basically what TSA was before. Airport security
think-
cops.
Airport
I don't
cops
know.
were fine. Airport cops are real cops. TSA has
Yeah.
nothing to do with like a TSA is not like a law enforcement agency. It's a private security company that is just works at airports and hires the dumbest fucking retards you can possibly find.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So basically, that we don't have to obey anything they say, really?
No, you don't. Pre 9/11, you
No.
could bring in.
No,
You
they'll
could
fuck
just
with you.
bring in a. You should try to bring a taser with you next time because you could do it.
But if
in
you
1990.
did anything wrong, TSA is not going to arrest you. They have to call law enforcement and then hand it off to them. TSA is just a security guard. They're just security guards.
Bunch
That's
of
why. I
assholes.
mean, look at the fucking people working there. You think those people pass fucking the academy? You think those
You're right.
people ran
You're right.
and did pull-ups and shit or
You're right.
whatever you got to do?
Oh, that job would suck, dude. That job would be fucking lame. No one's like, I want to be a TSA agent. Like,
Do they get paid
Oh,
well?
there's people that want to be TSA agents for sure.
Do they get
There's
paid
people
well?
that think they're saving lives and every day they think they're fucking preventing 9/11
why don't you just try to be a cop then?
That
I
would be
feel
a
like-
funny. That would be a funny
because
TV show.
you can't be a cop. Nobody
Yo,
in the
that'd be-
TSA, they all probably want to be cops, but they can't because
Right.
that's why they joined the TSA. It's like
guess so.
trying
That'd
to
be
be
a
a
great
security
TV
guard.
show. Someone who's a TSA agent who's like trying to like do something because they're with the TSA, like trying to make the world better or something. Like Danny McBride could play this character.
Danny
I was
McBride
just
was
thinking
that would be-
Kenny
I was thinking
Powers.
that
That would
right
be
before you
so
said that.
good.
TSA Kenny Powers.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, the fact
Anthony,
that
you
all
could
of our
play him.
minds went
You
there.
play
I
him.
mean, essentially that was like what they did with like the mall cop movies. There was a couple of those, the Blarts, and
Blarts,
and the
yeah.
Observe and Report. That was it's the
Observe
same
and Report.
idea. It's
Observer
like
was
the,
directed by the same dude who directs all Danny McBride shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
same idea as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be funny.
Observe and Report was pretty fucked up. It's dark. I love that movie. Anna Faris is really good in that movie.
Yeah.
And so
hate
is
Anna
Patton
Faris.
Oswalt. Really, she was good in that movie. She was acting really hard.
Hard.
Anyway,
That's what Anna
Die
Faris
Hard 3,
probably
dude. What
says
you guys
all the
think
time.
about-
Acting hard.
what do you guys think
Yeah, Anna
about Die
Faris.
Hard 3?
I'm ready to act
Hard.
hard, Mr. Director. Did you like
You
me in
haven't
Scary Movie?
Finished 2 still. Schwartz, calm down.
Yeah.
I
Me
mean,
too.
we
Let's talk
kind of
about
went
three.
over. Listen, in the end, the plane lands. Holly's alive. They kiss, and then I think the last line is, "Why does this keep happening to us?"
Yeah. Well, because you keep traveling
third
on
one,
Christmas Eve.
you know what
and
happens?
terrorism.
Holly divorces his ass in the third one.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's not even in it, is she? Like they're just
Nah, she's
But
on
he
they're like
vacation.
they're separated again. They're
He-
basically like back to where they were in 1.
He lost a wife, gained a friend. You know, it's worth it in the end.
And he's all like hammered in the beginning. He's like hung over the whole movie, which is like
He's hung
this
over the
isn't
whole movie.
McClane.
And see,
Bro,
yeah.
no, that's cool.
just
Like
wanna-
his hangover is
aspirin.
like his bare feet in the first movie. It's just something
Basically,
that's always
yeah.
fucking with him that he's always bringing up. He's always like the whole journey. The third movie is about him trying to get some Advil. That's all he's trying to get.
it really
Good
is.
good connection with that. But yeah. But the
He
first two,
points
like
to
he's
that
trying
one.
to like, you know, win back his wife. Or he's trying to like protect his wife. He's not really like who's he
He's not winning her
protecting
back.
in
I think they're
this one?
super
He's just
solid in the
protecting
second
New
one.
York.
Yeah, he's just he's
They're what?
protecting the world from terrorists.
Yeah, he's protecting
Okay.
people from getting blown up in New York City, where there's like 1,000 people every inch of the fucking city.
Heavy
Right.
body
But the
count. though,
first
in
two,
second
the
one. I'm
driving
actually gonna
force
look
of the
that up.
first two were the wife.
Yeah, this one.
And then the
Samuel
the driving
Jackson's
force. The second
character,
one is saving
Jesus.
children.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. What was his name?
Jesus.
Do I look like a Hayes? No, his name is
Yeah,
Zeus.
that's right. Because they had that. Yeah, they had that. extra,
His name is
like,
Zeus. He didn't say
Zeus.
Zeus. He didn't say hey Zeus. He said
Zeus.
hey Zeus. Do I look Puerto Rican
That's
to
what's
you?
so-
Zeus. Yeah.
That's what's great about the third one too, is their like relationship. They're like the buddy cop kind of thing. I liked that a lot. That was like the
Yeah, it
best.
became a buddy cop movie.
They hated.
It was
each other.
awesome. They were hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. And Jeremy Irons as Hans Gruber's brother, he was better than Hans Gruber. He was a great character.
Jeremy Irons
Stewart,
was really good.
Jeremy.
They do
Gruber.
good with the villains in this
They do.
franchise.
They came in with the
apparently.
milk for all those villains.
All right, ready? Let's do body counts. So how many? What's the body count of Die Hard 1?
16.
I'd say like 23. I don't know where I get 23.
I mean, Jake, you got it from probably like Googling it because that's exactly the number.
oh really? No, I didn't Google that at all. I just
All
kinda-
right. Well,
Mm,
all right.
yeah,
How about
I was
number
thinking
two?
I was thinking I went over it.
yeah, go ahead. Number 2.
Jake's
it's a
guys.
Jake, it's a couple more.
Okay, 271.
Fuck you, Jake. You're looking at it.
I swear to God, I'm not, dude.
42.
You're looking at it.
I am not.
How much is it?
seriously 271.
It's 271. It's
No
271.
way! No fucking way.
Jake's looking at it.
Jake, why you looking
I
at it?
swear I'm not.
We got to
That's-
keep the lies out for this
May-
podcast.
like
guys.
maybe I
no
like,
lies among this
subconsciously,
podcast.
like looked at it already and like forgot I
Mhm.
did it maybe, and I just remember the numbers.
Yeah,
right.
likely
Because,
story.
but that's only because of the 235 people that died on the airplane.
Yeah,
Which is awful.
Mostly it was,
like they kind
then-
of
and
gloss
then-
over that.
and then I
Yeah,
just kind of
that's
thought
terrible.
like double the first movie and like random other deaths. Like they had like 20 in the first one, so I'm like 40 random ones like other than out the airplane because there was a lot more like random fucking soldier dudes that got murked. But in the plane, obviously that was like the 230 something.
Well, all the soldier dudes getting burked in the end in the plane too.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. There was a lot of fucking plane blowings up.
There was. I don't like those movies. Fuck these movies. I hate that.
I was surprised when that happened with like the first crash. I was like, holy shit, that was like you won't see that in this post 9/11 world these days.
The
Like,
thing is
just
that
fucking
this movie,
planes
these
straight up
people.
crashing and blowing up. That was wild.
The thing is, there's a lot of comedy in these movies, and I think to take it seriously, they have to do something drastic like that. You know what I mean? Because it could be construed as like satire almost, with like the way they kind of do it. But if you do that in the beginning, it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
But
like,
also,
they're
like,
actually doing it.
Even the plane crashing wasn't like, I mean, it's not like we saw bodies and shit. It just kind of seemed like a plane crashing.
Yeah. See, I thought
Yeah,
it was
but
gonna
it's not even
crash.
seeing
I
what it
didn't
was,
think
is
gonna
knowing
fucking-
what happened.
Yeah,
230 people are dead because of plane crash. That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
I didn't expect it to blow up and everyone to die. And I was like,
Low
when that
numbers.
happened, I thought it was gonna like crash and get like fucked up, and then they were gonna be fine. But then like it blew up. I was like, holy shit, that I did not
So-
expect to happen for whatever
so
reason.
the airport can just tell the plane how high it is. I don't think that works. I mean, even my drone has onboard altimeters.
Well, didn't they have like their technology would like fucked it up or something? Didn't the soldier terrorist guys have some fucking weird technology? Because it was like an low key
STGs
like
had
an
weird
anti
techniques.
technology message to this whole fucking movie a little bit. But yeah, they did something to like scramble their codes to make them think they were like higher than they were. I thought they did something. I don't remember what
Well,
they said
yeah.
exactly.
I mean, I just think maybe after this movie, they were like, we need redundant systems on our airplanes, so this doesn't happen.
Yeah, probably. They saw this 9/11 had nothing to do with it. They saw Die Hard
there's-
2.
There's barometers that will tell you your altitude that you don't need an electric,
Yeah, no, for
It's
sure. That's
nice
what I thought too. Like
situations.
when the the
I mean,
ground came up in
it's one
that
of the-
shot immediately, I'm like, how do they not know they're that low? Like, there's no fucking way. But they
One
couldn't
of
see
the- one of the
anything.
low-
There was no visual, so I don't know. I'm no
It's not this,
planologist.
that's not the most unrealistic part of this movie. I'm just
Oh, of
just
course
throwing that
not.
out there.
The fact that he
What
runs into
is?
terrorists 2 Christmases in a row is pretty unrealistic.
Yeah, just that alone. Just the thought of what would happen if that could
Yeah.
be a thing. And that makes the line at the end even better. Why does this keep happening to
I know,
us?
That's like
the
what
perfect
it
line.
is with
Because you're bad luck, bitch. And he just
That-
slaps her.
That's what I'm talking about with the way how this like almost sets the tones for the sequels, because like sequels have to be like more over the top, but they also have to be like a little wink at itself. Like they got to do that. Like
Sure.
it's funny that
I mean,
Gremlins
if you
2
like that, if that's
like
your
the same
idea
thing,
of dope
yeah.
sequels, you know what sequel you'll love? The Matrix.
Yeah.
The
Even-
only thing they don't do is look at the camera and wink at the camera. Like that's the only thing they don't do. And
Stand
honestly,
out
I
like that.
expected it a couple times.
Just set up like a structure for what sequels kind of became. Like they're just cash grabs to like make the first one look cooler.
But then the third one was dope, and the fourth one was dope. I haven't seen the fifth one, and I don't really want to. It looks stupid, but
What are we
the
talking
fourth
about?
One,
The Die Hard.
I forget. What are we still talking about? Die Hard.
Yes.
The fourth Die Hard stars Timothy Olyphant as an actual terrorist who's driving around in a mobile command center built out of the back of a semi truck, and he's running what he calls a fire sale, and he's just burning up all the. He's just shutting down all the infrastructure that's run by computers, lights, plumbing, everything, anything that computers have a hold of, he's sabotaging and shutting down. Car crashes, steam fucking pipes are exploding. It's dope. And John McClane, with the help of Justin Long, the computer nerd, has to help him. Again, it's a technology thing. I think the running thing of John is bad with technology, like Sam Neill in Jurassic Park, is I think that's just a gag throughout the whole thing. And in the fourth one, it's huge because it's all about technology. But I think it's still good. They didn't even get too crazy in the fourth one. It's not like it's borderline believable. Everything that happens, other than like him stealing the helicopter and landing it in the Warlock's backyard, played by Kevin Smith. It's a great movie. I think you'd like that one, Jake.
I remember seeing it when it came out. I don't remember it very well
You
now.
saw it.
Number 4, I did.
You know
see
what
number
the
4 when it
biggest
came out, and
difference was?
I enjoyed it.
The biggest
Pretty sure I
difference
just
was
explained the fourth one better than I did the first two.
the biggest difference is it was PG-13 as rated R too, so the violence was a little different. It was more like about like the awe of the violence and the action as opposed to like killing people. Like you didn't really see a lot of deaths on camera because it was a PG-13.
Not a whole lot
movie.
of blood. No.
Not blood.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
it wasn't. They didn't curse as
But
much.
he
like
beats
if
the
at all.
shit out of a chick in this movie, in the fourth one, which is pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often. Like beating up girls and kids is unique. Somebody called a kid like a baby an asshole in a movie the other day. I thought that was hilarious. You guys awake?
Yes.
I was just sent a Christmas greeting from my cousin with her little kid, and
Okay.
that's so funny. That was so funny.
So Die
I'm
Hard.
sorry, it took me out of it. Die Hard 3, dude.
Merry Christmas.
Die Hard,
Merry
2,
Christmas.
Die Hard 3. Yeah,
She's
it is
adorable.
Christmas.
This is gonna wrap up our Christmas special, our Christmas situation.
I just showed him a Christmas picture, so it was associated with it.
Christmas month.
I'm just
of
gonna post that on
fun
Instagram.
Christmas movies.
Merry Christmas from Making Me Watch Movies
Look at those
and
Die Hard.
Santa Claus.
Are we gonna rank the diehards?
I think we should.
We can rank
the
them.
order
Let's
of-
fucking rank them.
Yeah, let's
The
rank them,
first
dude.
one's better. The second
Might
one
as-
was stupid.
No,
Third
I'm
one
saying in the
was awesome.
overall, like, where would you put the diehards in your list?
46.
40. You don't even.
You just said a number.
46.
46.
30,
gotcha.
31.
46.
No, wait, hold on. Die Hard. Die Hard. I'm going 12. I'm going 12. Die Hard. Let's see the list.
12. Going 12 diehard.
That's good. That's a good one.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the
Alright.
list yet. I'm just guessing.
You're just gonna go with it.
Solid 46.
Going 12 right now.
You're gonna put it right under Promising Young Woman.
Yep.
You going under Promising Young Woman for Die Hard for you, Anthony? Is that,
I mean, looking at the list,
I'm looking at your list. I almost
probably
think
go
I would almost think
6,
it'd go higher.
maybe 5 even.
6.
Nice.
Well, is it so above The Handmaiden?
Fuck it. Let's go 7 out of respect for my top 6.
Copy. Yeah, we got to keep Handmaiden at all
Respect
6s
the
all around. I
6.
think the 666 for The Handmaiden goes.
Respect it.
Yeah.
We'll
Fuck
say-
it.
Hail Satan. Oh my
Taking
God.
it
I
over
was
these.
getting breakfast this
Yeah.
morning. I was eating burritos in this Mexican spot. And there's these guys behind me. They were talking about Jesus. And I was already laughing at them. And then this guy, they were literally like talking about Jesus like he was a real person. Like, you know, how people believe things. And they were like, oh, you know, like the way he taught his ministry was this. And I was just like, he's fucking. And then so I was like, Jillian was like, should I just start making like satanic comments? She's like, oh, next time, like I'll drip blood on you and shit. I don't know. I started saying some stupid shit. They couldn't really hear me. But the best part is the waiter came and he was like, can I get you guys anything else? And he's like, no, man. He's like, you guys still eating? He was like, spiritually, brother, we're eating spiritually. I was just like, oh my God.
Wow.
These fucking guys. We're eating
How much
spiritually.
does that cost? Are you gonna tip
Cool.
on
Can
that
you eat
spirits?
spiritually outside, please? Or do you want a fucking beer? Even Jesus drank wine. Drunk wine.
Drunk wine, drank wine.
I'm
green
drunk right now.
Gold jacket. Yeah. I'm going to go 32, by the way, or 34.
32.
34. So, yeah, 34 out of our 79 movies or franchises or whatever it is we're doing.
Yeah. What does that make that?
79.
79? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's episode 78 or 9, something like that.
It's crazy. I mean, we watched probably well over 100 movies, or about 100 movies now,
Yeah.
including all the sequels and shit.
Well, factoring in the sequels. Oh, yeah. Wow.
So yeah, good job, boys. We really just need to make it to 100, and then we can all kill ourselves.
Yep. We can hail Satan.
If you go first, I'm down.
Surprised we've made it to
Play light as a
79.
feather, stiff as a board.
Shout out to the big cat
I
for
did better.
hanging in there for all the
As a
episodes.
board.
Yep.
Meow.
Shout out to the big cat for listening to any episodes that Davidson makes him listen to.
Yeah.
That's one episode then.
Thanks, Davidson, for making him
Shout out
listen
to
all
Ed for
episodes.
listening to all the episodes.
Danny and Tiara listen to couple, I'm sure.
DNT and Jillian, she listens. Avid listener.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll thank
That
myself.
was
I
her
listen
number
to-
one
I
listen
listen to
on
them.
Spotify.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
I saw that.
I listen to every episode too,
Impressed.
so I'm on there.
Yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah,
It made my list.
Thank you, India.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks, everyone else. Merry Christmas.
And a happy new year. Yes, New Year's coming up. Happy New Year to you. 2022 in view. Next week's episode will be in 2022, I believe, if I've done my math right. And that will be Adam McKay's new feature, which is now available on Netflix. Don't Look Up, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, and a bunch of other people. So watch that. Listen to us on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. See you next week. Shout out to all you good boys and girls, and Happy New Year.